Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy, Pussycat Nation. You are starting off a new week here with readings. And what we're gonna do? It's interesting. It wasn't actually what I thought I was gonna do this week. It changed because I sat down to play with my cards and two decks came together magically, and it's so kind of poignant what two decks they are. So I was just playing with my cards. Was it Friday night or Saturday? I don't remember when it was even now. And my Dark Goddess deck, so it's like an Oracle deck, and my God and Titan deck, which is also an Oracle deck. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Apollo at the bottom. They're the same size. They're like identical, and I love it. So I put them together. Why not? So we are going to do this week. This is going to be the Dark God and Goddess guidance. So you're going to get mostly guidance in this reading is what I decided I'm going to do. So you can sit back and just say, okay, tell me, gods and goddesses of the dark night, what advice do you have for me? I'm going to look at your energy, and then I'm going to look at advice for you now and advice for you in the future. So I'm going to use that combo deck, and I'm going to use my Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle deck, and I do also have my Heaven and Earth deck ready to go should I need to use it. Yeah. So let's go, Leo. It's going to be fun. There is an extended. If you are drawn to it, like if this video resonates, you're like, wow, I want to know more, man. You can go to the extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. So, Leo. There seems like there's a heavy amount of Dark Goddess cards compared to Titan cards. But I've done, practice pulls with this, and I get a lot of the gods come out. They're pretty fierce. They're tough. These gods and titans, they can handle themselves with all of these beautiful goddesses. They're good. They can get out when they need to. So, we're going to look at your energy. I'm going to look at that first, and then I'm going to pull for advice for you. I want to do it separate so I can kind of sit in your energy and look at it. And then we'll do the advice strips on their own. So Leo, Pussycat Nation. You're at least starting. You're starting with goddess energy. Your energy. Desperation. Oh my goodness. See where this goes. I'm pulling out 3 for it. Desperation. Fate. Ugh. Here we go. Here we go. You're either desperate to reach your fate, or you're desperate about your fate. When is it showing up? And then you have compliance. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okay. What's at the bottom? Oh, now you got some masculine energy. The Jade Emperor, organization. There's a sense of responsibility. And hubris. Hubris and Jade. Hubris. Hubris is the one card that I actually I think it's this one that I connect a bit with Leo energy. Like being kind of prideful. Being proud of yourself. I'm not really getting this in that negative way at all. There's things that need to be looked after. Okay, so that's what's underlying here. So your energy right now, the whole reason for what's being shown is it wants to discuss the fact that there are certain responsibilities and things that we need to do in life, or you need to do in life. There's organization that needs to be taken on about this. And with hubris, I feel like it's something that you also have a lot of pride in. So, that plays an important element in this. It's maybe something that you identify within yourself with. Now, it's going to be an interesting week. I got it now. I don't even know if I'll do tarot. I just find these are so, they can be very specific. We're going to pull out Wisdom of the House to go with each one of these. Your desperation, fate, compliance. You must comply to your fate. Is your fate a path that you do not feel comfortable with right now? But yet there's a sense of you having a responsibility that in some way really is who you are, though. Maybe this is a fated path that you feel more inclined to move away from. Let's see. So with desperation, you have differences. Wow. Okay, so there might be a feeling of certain differences that can't be resolved, but you're somewhat kind of feeling like either in a desperate state to resolve these differences, or yeah, or because there's some sort of difference showing up in your life, or maybe in connection with someone else, because there's two pussycats. Apples and oranges. Interesting. Apples and oranges. I'm looking at these two cats, and it's like the white one is looking at the black cat, saying, you know, I don't know what your problem is with everybody. You know, everybody loves pussycats. The white cat, right, is so, you see a white cat and you go, oh, it's so soft, so beautiful. So, and people, this, you know, it's false. People see black cats and think, oh, Halloween. Oh, one walked across my path. Bad luck. So there's serious differences here. Like this white cat is a cat. And it's funny because you're pussycats. And the black cat is a cat. You know, they should theoretically live very similar lives, yet they have very different perspectives based on the lives that they've experienced and how others have interacted with them, perhaps even based on appearances also. This is God and Goddess guidance this week. So I feel like it might go into some deep stuff. It might not even hit something like, I'm dealing with this right now, Cindy. And I mean, it's almost like it's like, if you're dealing with this right now, we're going to go way back, honey. We're going to go way back and talk about where this originated from. So I don't know. Okay. So fate, your fate is love. Aw, that's kind of sweet. Your fate, but you kitty cats love. They do, but depends on where you're getting it from or where you think you can get that from. Just based on the differences in the appearance with this black and white cat. Apples and oranges. Apples are quite crunchy and sweet. They can be tart. Oranges are soft and mushy. Your fate. The differences in love. Differences in who you are can be can also signify the differences in how one experiences love. Love is not always the answer to every solution. And then you have compliance. Fragment. Ooh, like your soul is being asked to fragment here, to pull apart. I kind of want to say, fulfillment, High Priestess of Water, individuality, beauty is at the bottom. The pomegranate, it feels, you know, I always get like this death and rebirth from the pomegranate. And also the pomegranate is also usually a symbol that you can associate with the High Priestess card in the deck. And you have High Priestess of Water. So this is like really tapping into your deep emotions here to find what fulfillment is, to find your own individuality, the beauty, and the beauty in that. Maybe some people have told you, like, you know, what your responsibilities are in life and how those dictate to your path, how you should execute those responsibilities. And that becomes quite an attachment to actually who you are. It has become a part of who you are. And, but here is asking you, the gods and goddesses are asking you to look deep within your inner knowing. This inner knowing has everything to do with your emotions and your individuality. And then through that, finding the beauty within a thorn. You know, the rose comes with a few different elements. It smells so sweet. It looks so beautiful. But if you touch it in the wrong way, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It does feel like being in a desperate way to be seen, to be heard, to be understood. And walking a path, a fated path of love. And this path is, at least for the time being, it almost feels like it pulls you apart somehow. There's definitely a conflict that you're dealing with in terms of how you see yourself, how others see you, or how one person in particular might see you, whatever that might be. But I also want to say that on some level here, you are giving to the struggle, like allowing yourself to be fragmented and reborn. You're being compliant in that. Well, I don't need tarot. Okay, we're going back in this. So remember those underlined. If you need to rewind, you can. If I forget, then I forget. So this is interesting. Isn't that interesting? I'm not kind of bossy that way, right? Like I'm telling you, it's interesting. I find it interesting. Anyway, so advice now and advice in the future. Oh, advice now. Dedicate yourself to renewal. Dedicate yourself to healing. And it's all God Titan energy. Dedicate yourself to renewing. Dedicate yourself to healing. And you're weird. Embrace your weirdness and your funk, honey. Embrace it. Allow yourself to feel fragmented. Oh my gosh, you had the fragment card in what you are right now. And Osiris and Isis, right? I mean, Osiris, I'm trying to remember correctly, he was fragmented. He was like pulled into a whole bunch of pieces by his brother and then scattered across the earth. And Isis came in and brought all his pieces together again, like Humpty Dumpty. There was one piece she couldn't find, so she made it the way she wanted it. Just kind of funny, right? I think it was his penis. I think it was, right. So she made him a golden one or something. I don't know. So dedicate yourself to this. So crazy, isn't it though? Like that you have fragment and then you have renewal. And the story of Osiris is being fragmented. Dedicate yourself to this renewal. Feel yourself coming together again. Embrace all the oddness about you. Oh, I love the gods and the goddesses. Prosperity. And then you have prosperity for the future, and it's just goddess energy. Hubris again. Oh, right. Before, the underline, this hubris was connected to the Jade Emperor. Now it feels like, so that's how you identify. Okay, so maybe still right now, whatever you're going through, you're still somewhat connected. This identification of you is connected to who you have been. Yeah, how you've understood that to be. But now it's being fragmented. It's being pulled apart. It's almost like you're in the process of the scattering of who you are and about to pick up these pieces and feel like this renewed energy. But see, so hubris is about to become the new you, your new identity. Oh, this is so cool. This is cool. This is cool energy. See, I love it when I have a plan and the universe comes in and says, oh, look at how well this goes together. This is a better plan, no? I just Six of Swords my life all the time now. I go, I seven of Pentacles it. I got a plan. And then a Six of Swords comes in. All right then. See? You can do it too. So let's look at this. Your advice right now is to focus on renewing yourself. Focus on reestablishing your identity. But this is the identity that you choose. The identity that you, well, I don't know, maybe you'll have a brand new penis. I don't know. I think that's the part of the story. I think so. It's so funny though, isn't it? Because it's kind of like, I think there's going to be some really interesting back and forth again in yang humor this week because we're dealing with God and Titan and goddess energy. So it's almost as if, you know, the goddess said, well, you know what? If all of you is kind of used and put back together again, why don't we make this one part brand new and shiny? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so to go with your renewal, you have deceit. Oh, now this, okay. So Osiris was deceived, and that's what pulled him apart. Something in how you saw yourself to be, and it could be like connected to family. It could even be connected to a sibling on some level. It could be connected to something in your third house. It could be Gemini energy. There's a lot of ways this is kind of coming through. But the deceit is what pulled Osiris apart. He was deceived, and it was his downfall. Yet his downfall became his rebirth. So that's what's happening here. There's also a sense of, like, this is really intriguing because that's not the only God and Titan card where there's a feminine energy depicted in it. But I think it's the only God and Titan card where there's another powerful feminine energy in it, which is Isis. Because I think there's other points where there's God energy, but there's just sort of feminine figures that don't necessarily represent any goddess energy. So in the past, you may have also dealt with feminine energy that was very toxic and very deceitful. And this is a path where feminine energy is renewing. It renews you. It nurtures you. It adds life and humor. Wow. And then look at this. Dedicate to the beauty, to the strange beauty that exists around you, to the shock in life where something can be so beautiful and so stinging in the same breath. It's like feeling alive. Yeah. It's feeling alive in a good way. And I don't mean that. And I mean, because, okay, so sometimes all the air energy in my head forgets that I didn't verbalize what went through my head. And I think that you're all psychic and you can read my mind. So, because feeling alive, like we can feel alive when we are sometimes in a very difficult point in life as well. Like our lives can feel like they're falling apart. You can feel every ounce of painful emotion. Like you're definitely feeling life. So that's what I mean in that this is what, but it feels good. Prosperity. Choices. Wow. Oh, no way. Look at this. This angel in this choices card has one white wing and one black wing. White wing. It's hard to say with this stuff in my mouth. One white cat and one black cat. The desperation that you may find right now in the differences that exist around you will become the prosperity in your life, and that will be led by your choices. So there's a sense of having a greater free will in the future and choosing, seeing beyond the differences and bringing them together to give yourself flight. You can fly with one black wing and one white wing. You can totally be this in this part of your life and totally embrace that in another part of your life. It's complicated. It's at the bottom, it's the only one. It is kind of, but you know, like when we kind of do it this way, it's not so complicated, right? Until you get out there and start living it. It's like, oh, this is not at all like Cindy's video. Oh, this is so cool. I'm not even going to touch the tarot. Maybe that's what I'm going to use. I don't know. Yeah, this energy is pretty cool. Okay, so this is what I have for you, Leo. You know, she's unusual too. I'm just looking at this, how unusual this energy is. Right? Like she's all dressed up for a party or something, but she's not. not how you would typically see that. And a cat is the dedication to the unusual parts of yourself, the unusual aspects of yourself. So this will also become your prosperity in life. Yeah, I'm getting the message too with the differences card, where we started, the desperation and differences. It's coming through again that, you know, it's also because you have fragment and renewal. There's a sense of kind of starting your life over again on some level, and that what you had of your life in the past and what you were, you don't ever really lose that truly. It's still like a thumbprint, a blueprint of who you are, and you can still fly with that as you fly into something new. These things don't all need to be left completely behind. You make the choices out of what it is that you want to leave behind. So now I feel like I'm done. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the extended is what you really don't see about yourself. If this wasn't already like, whoa, what you don't really see about yourself, Leo. I'm going to look into that at the extended. Thank you so much, pussycats. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.